In the past 5 years, 1,649 cases of child abuse by babysitters were recorded in Malaysia. It is estimated that 90% of the childcare centers in Malaysia are unlicensed.
I mean, a child has died and a child has gotten hurt. Somebody must be responsible.
To reduce the cases, the government plans to regulate the childcare centers by registering them.
You cannot ban something when you know for a fact that not every corner in Malaysia has taska.
However, there are no laws when it comes to home-based babysitters taking care of less than 4 children.
Pengasuh tu terlepas lah. Dia kata dia buat pun tak apa, mak bapak yang menanggung. Dia pun memang tak terkesan pun.
Since 2015, there has been an increasing number of cases of child abuse and deaths in childcare centers. In January 2019 alone, there had been 5 cases. Abu Naim's 7-month-old daughter died under her babysitter's care.
Apabila dia buat pembedahan sesat badan anak saya tu, kesan badan dia tak ada kesan lebam langsung, tak ada kesan dera, cuma kepala dia sahaja ada kesan hentakan yang sangat kuat, dia cakap, dengan objek tumpul. Dan letak tu lebih kurang dalam 8 cm kat belakang. Lebih kurang 8 cm, kepala bayi dekat dah hampir separuh dah.
After his daughter's death, Abu found out that another child under the babysitter's care had suffered a broken thigh bone. The babysitter is also unlicensed. According to the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development, it is estimated that 90% of the childcare centers in Malaysia are unlicensed. The ministry plans to regulate the industry by registering as many centers as possible. Childcare providers are also required to get themselves certified by taking Permada's basic course on childcare.
Accident happens anyway, all right? But at least from registering yourself and attending the training, which is compulsory, will give you the knowledge of what are the things that you should do it right.
However, under the Childcare Center Act 1984, those taking care of less than 4 children or informal babysitters are not required to register or undergo training.
After consulting the experts, those practitioners in the field, they feel that it is almost impractical and impossible to regulate every single nanny looking after one child at home.
One of the reasons is because Malaysia lacks childcare providers. Based on our country's population, it is estimated that we need over 38,000 childcare centers, but there are only less than 5,000 registered ones.
Your demand and supply are always there. You cannot ban something when you know for a fact that not every corner in Malaysia has taska operating. And we don't have enough taska operators also.
This is the predicament faced by some parents, like Nur Nazlina, who live in small towns and have limited options when it comes to getting help with their child.
Pengasuh kat Malaysia ni memang susah sebab kita ambil pengasuh ni, kalau kita hantar dekat rumah ni atas risiko kita sendiri tau. Kita tak boleh nak hantar dekat taska apa semua sebab taska kat dalam ni pun tak banyak.
Her 2-month-old son became paralyzed from severe brain injury under his babysitter's care. Nur Nazlina reported the babysitter, but the investigating officer required video evidence.
Saya pun macam fikir, tak logik lah nak CCTV. Mana dah ada rumah pengasuh ni yang pasang CCTV. Kalau ada pun mesti dia dah akan musnahkan daripada awal. Sebab mesti kalau dia buat pun takkan dia nak bagi sewenang-wenangnya dekat tu orang nak tengok kan.
Childcare centers are obliged by law to install CCTV, but not for home-based operators.
I mean, a child has died and a child has gotten hurt. Somebody must be responsible. There were no action and the babysitter is still babysitting other children, which is shocking.
Mungkin pihak ibu bapa tadi hendakkan ataupun orang ramai hendakkan pihak JKM ni membuat sesuatu lah. Mungkin tak benarkan pengasuh tu daripada mengasuh anak-anak sebagainya. Tapi kita kena faham. Kita tertakluklah kepada Allah lah. Selagi orang tu tak terbukti bersalah, dia tak bersalah, tak boleh kita nak halang dia untuk melakukan sesuatu. Memang kita kena juga tunggu sesuatu boleh selesai dan sebagainya.
The Welfare Department only has jurisdiction and authority over registered childcare providers. Nur Naslina could not proceed further with her son's case due to lack of evidence. Likewise, Abu made a police report but also faced the similar predicament.
So bila dia ambil statement ibu bapa, saya jawab apa yang pengasuh bagi tahu saya. So bila dia ambil cerita daripada pengasuh, benda yang sama. Dia cakap benda tu tally, tak ada apa-apa yang suspect apa semua kan. So pengasuh pun tak ngaku, ibu bapa tak ngaku. So kes ni no further action, dia tutup kes. Itu yang saya kecewa lah.
According to the Attorney General Chambers, prosecutors require evidence that is beyond reasonable doubt for a criminal case. In many cases, the prosecutors are unable to proceed due to lack of evidence or reliable witnesses. However, the victim's parents can seek compensation by filing a civil suit for negligence. The legal aid department provides help for those who can't afford.
The only thing we need to do now is to ensure that our parents, our family members are aware of the danger and they have to be on alert.
Recently, the Women's Ministry released an infographics guideline on choosing a home-based babysitter.
If they choose to go to home base, they must know what they are supposed to look at. And then you cannot just blame one side because the first person who choose was you. JKM, they cannot be monitoring everything.
The Welfare Department only has a little over 400 enforcement officers nationwide to monitor the childcare industry. Parents themselves play a big part in ensuring their child's well-being.
Of the 28 complainants that came to us, 98% of them found the babysitters on Facebook, on social media, which is, to me, is shocking. And I asked them, what background check have you done? None. They only have nicknames of the babysitters, not even their full name.
And when Suraya reported 2 daycare centers for violating the rules by hiring foreigners, the response wasn't what she expected.
Immediately, I called the welfare department and they came and shut down and called the parents to take their children back. And I got brickbats from parents for closing down these centers, despite it's not my fault.
The Department of Social Welfare can shut down a childcare center if they do not comply with the department standards and regulations.
Untuk taska ni kita tak terus katakan untuk buat satu tindakan yang begitu strict sangat kan, sebab kita tak nak memberi kesan kepada kanak-kanak yang di tempat taska tersebut tiba-tiba kita tutup kan. Macam mana mak bapak nak hantar kan?
Childcare centers are required to get approval from the local council, fire and rescue department and the health ministry. But childcare operators face other challenges in fulfilling the standard requirements.
Yang pentingnya tangga sebenarnya. Kalau kita buat yang dapat lain pun tangga tak selesai, memang tak boleh. Yang jadi terpaksa tak buat lagi tangga. Yelah tangga dah kos tangga sebenarnya.
Other than the government's efforts to reduce child abuse and deaths in daycare facilities, the community also plays an important role in curbing the issue.
At the end of the day, right, what we are saying is that the duty to look after children, it's not just in the hands of government, parents, teachers, relatives. It's everybody's duty, even neighbors. Neighbors hearing, constant crying should report. We have a talian kasih 15999 that we encourage people to make calls. It's better to be wrong than to be late in rescuing a child.
But for now, informal babysitters will continue to be unregulated, and some parents may never see justice for their children.
Kalau saya bersalin anak saya keluar macam ni, saya reda. Tapi ni atas perbuatan orang dengan dia tak pernah datang minta maaf. Sekarang ni dia ringan lagi lah, saya boleh angkat dia kan. Tapi kalau dia membesar, dia makin berat, saya makin tua, saya tak mampu lah nak handle dia nanti. Itu saya takut. Saya selalu doa kalau saya mati dia ikut saya. Tapi kalau dia nak pergi dulu tak apa, saya doakan dia macam tu lah.